Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Commander's Forge. My name is Andy Bentley, and the Forge is an area for me to talk about magic, Commander, and anything else while I try and drag this whole mental health thing back to where it's supposed to be. So, today I want to talk about the Dragonstorm pre-release because, I went to two events. I want to start off by saying it's a really fun set. It is chock full of bombs and so much removal. So, for every pre release, our store does the first one as a two-headed giant. I always do that with my cousin. We ended up going 3-1, and that one loss was, I stumbled on drawing anything that wasn't mana, and it just, things happen. So with this pre-release, you get a seeded pack, and then you get 5 packs of the set. So I chose Teamer as my seeded pack, and my cousin Nate for that one got Sultai. So we ended up building this weird amalgamation of, I was playing almost a burn deck. Like, I had a bunch of the harmonized things. Like, I was running 4 copies of the do 2 damage to anything for a single red, and then you can harmonize it out for 7. I had a full playset of the 3/3 dragon for 5 with haste that had bad fire breathing, but had the omen to discard a card, draw 2 cards. So I was just doing like tricksy things with my graveyard. And then my cousin was playing like a blue-black splashing for green control deck. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Now, I went to the one on Saturday, which is a, single player best of 3, normal sit down Magic. I ended up not having a pre-release kit because we didn't realize how low the store was. But since I still had my pool from the night before, I just cobbled back together my seeded pack. And Jimmy, the store owner, just gave me 5 packs to go with it. And then gave me a couple of packs for being a good sport about it. But I ended up not building Teamer because I pulled really well for Mardu, and I pulled really good in green. So I actually ended up running a 4-color Mardu like aggro deck, and it worked really well for what it did. I didn't end up winning any of my rounds, but I did win games in my rounds. And I only stayed for 2 rounds because I had a raging headache. So that probably didn't help my play. But all that to say, yeah, I really enjoy Dragonstorm. And that's not to say I didn't enjoy other sets. But this set feels like there's a lot more going on. And I like that. Now, I don't have a ton else to say about the set right now. I went into the pre-release like 90% blind, and I'm still not gone through everything yet. I will say I liked that while this is a return to the cons, it still has dragons. That's... yeah. I am a little disappointed that I didn't see like where any of the Dragon Lords from Dragons of Tarkir went. Like, I don't know if that's in the lore somewhere, but from what I understand, this whole revolution happened, like, off-page. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to talk about something else. And we're back. Now, I don't have a deck put together that I want to talk about today. I mean, I'm sure I have a deck put together that I could talk about, but I want to talk about a potential deck. So, like I said earlier, my pulls for Mardu were actually pretty good. And in one of the bonus packs that Jimmy gave me, I also pulled Zurgo, Thunder's Decree, which is Mardu, red, white, black for a 2/4. He is an orc warrior. He has Mobilize 2, and Mobilize is whenever the creature attacks, you make X number of 1/1 red warrior creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. So in this case, he makes 2. And then he also says, during your end step, warrior tokens you control have this token can't be sacrificed. So he is a way for those 1/1s to not get sacrificed at the beginning of the next end step. Now, I also pulled Narrative Heart of the Storm, which is 1 and Mardu, so red, white, black, for a 4/5 spirit dragon. It has flying, and if a creature you control entered this turn would deal damage, it deals twice that much damage instead. And at first when I saw that, I wasn't sure how this would fit with the set, but then I remembered, oh, Mobilize. So I think of the two, I stick with Zurgo as the commander, but I think the other one finds its way into the 99. And I don't necessarily think I just stack all of the Mobilize things into the deck. Sure, some, but there are other things that let things come in tapped and attacking. The few that come to mind are like Adeline, Resplendent Cathar, which is 1 white white for a star 4 human knight. She has vigilance. Her power is equal to the number of creatures you control, and whenever you attack, for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking. So, again, we've got things like Anduril, Flame of the West, which is a legendary equipment for 3. Equipped creature gets +3/+1, and whenever the creature attacks, you make 2 tapped 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying. If that creature is legendary, instead create 2 of those that are tapped and attacking. We've got Anim Pakal, Thousandth Moon, which is a red and a white for a 1/2 human soldier. Whenever you attack with 1 or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on Anim Pakal, and then create X 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Anim Pakal. We've got, Caesar from the Fallout set. He's 1 in Mardu for 4/4 human soldier. Whenever you attack, you can sacrifice a creature, and if you do, you can choose 2 of his things, which are create 2 1/1 red and white soldier creature tokens with haste that are tapped and attacking. You draw a card and lose a life. Or Caesar Legion's Emperor deals damage equal to the number of creature tokens you control to target opponent. So I guess all that to say, the Mardu commander deck, I'm probably going to open up. I might play it once out of the box to see how it feels. And then I'm probably going to pull it apart and put it back together. And yeah, that's kind of where I am. I am going to cut this week kind of short. I know I didn't release anything last week because I was migrating computers and all of my files were destroyed or corrupted or disappeared. I'm making it work. But I am very tired from my pre-releases and just the weather in general, not leaving my sinuses alone. So I'm going to call this one here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. All of my links can be found in my link tree in the description below. I would like to thank Ian Foss and Cody Mulvey of the band The Crypt for allowing me to use music for my opening and ending, along with Nate and Erica Jacobs for making my original logo. And I would also like to thank Christina McNichol for creating my new logo. And I'll see you next time.